Right, I'm Charlie. I'm going to do two pieces for you today. The first one now is basically the first rap spoken word piece I ever wrote, and it's basically just to sort of introduce myself. The second one, somewhat more excitingly, I'm going to, well, I haven't actually written it yet, but I'm going to endeavour to do so throughout the course of the day based on the events that unfold. So let's all hope I can pull that off. Right, so this is just a sort of a little piece to introduce myself. It's called About Me. So who am I hear you ask? Well, that's quite a long story. I better tell it fast. It all goes back to the day when I was last in a cradle cot with a nappy on my arse. On the 8th of the 12th, 1983, Charlie was born quite prematurely. Not that I thought as a baby at the time that I would one day hold a mic and spit rhymes, but not having a grasp of rhythmic talking, I soon got busy fine-tuning my walking. And when I spoke words, well, they said I spoke strangely. But even back then, I was like, don't change me. Anyway, let's get forward a year or a few, because otherwise we'll be here till well past 2. I grew up in a middle-class kind of house with mum, dad and sister in London South. I didn't start rapping to the age of 20 when I heard drum and bass, because at uni there was plenty, with bare MCs like X-Man and Skibber. And I thought, screw that, I can stand on stage and gibber. So I started doing it. I started spewing some brass man lyrics. And all of my friends at first were cynics, like, Charlie, chill. Look at him trying to pretend he's got skill. It's making me ill. But it wasn't long till they realized how many bars I could fill. Then it was Charlie the Batman, the man with the balls. Wouldn't think for 1 minute he went to St. Paul's. Anyway, what do I like about my life today? Well, I like the fact that I'm here on stage and I feel there's nothing I can't say or talk about in a rhythmic way. I really don't care about money or pay, because your work ain't work when your work's your play. I want to look at other rubbish rappers in the fray. I feel that unpaid is the better anyway. So 29 now, and I think I'm on a roll. I feel kind of like I'm in control. I believe in the body, but not the soul, and I think living life is the ultimate goal. I stroll through my days of a nonchalant gaze. I'm a brighter spark now than back when I would blaze. I like catching some rays. I like riding my bike. I like eggs in the morning and being in plays. So now I've got fast. I'm having a blast, because I like being here. I like doing this task, because I'm talking for once through my mouth, not my arse. Every rhyme I spit shining with meaning at last. When I bask in the pace and I bask in the spirit, I bask in the bass, because I know I can kill it. Because spoken word has something more than a lyric unraveling proof of the truth that's within it. So before I let my thoughts get too hectic, like when I worry if my face is symmetric, I remember what I want to be. I want to inject a new rhythm in my life without the one check. Because everybody's short when they want to be tall. Everybody want to walk before they can crawl. Everybody want to win when they want to play ball. But this game's fun, and that's pretty much all. So thank you, my people, for your kind attention. There's a couple more things that I would like to mention, but I daren't start now because I'm up against the clock. And if I went over time, I would feel like a cock. So that in a nutshell is what I'm about, if a little jazzed up for some rhythmic clout. So I could run it off with a stylized bow, but instead of doing that, I'll just stop talking now. Thank you very much. I'll see you later. Thank you. Thank you, Kirsty. Hello. Right, so I've written a thing. I'm just going to launch into it. So, it's been a brilliant journey. I'm feeling chirpy. Learned so many secrets. Introduced by Kirsty. So we've come to the end. And if you're ready for a deep rap, I'm going to muster all my skill and I'm going to try to do a recap. So flipping it back, now I'm ripping a rhyme. We've heard how this is a Dickens of time. And if you've begun to find this recipe for stress a little uncool, then listen to Doug Hall. Say the age of the guru is done for. System innovation counts for much more. And if you want to stop your product from being something cheap, make your own mozzarella, because that's meaningfully unique. And if you've really got fire and dreams in your belly, do like Mike Welch and grab a tea with Sir Terry. Because he has had many. Even when he innovated club cards, the big bods involved simply saw him as an upstart. But his advice is run hard, be brave and don't stop. And please don't tell people that he nicked it from the co-op. So what? So who else have we had in this marketing arsenal? Well, if you want to rent somebody's treehouse or castle, then Airbnb is your leading and last call. They know you don't start out as massive as Branson. For them, it kicked off with a mattress in San Fran. Now, when it comes to the technology, things are pretty fluid. Let's apply this philosophy. Try to get on top of this. Technology is not just a job of the technologists. We don't need that rigidness, but who's in charge of who? Yes, technology is ubiquitous. But get a bit of this brilliance. The usual process of product making seems inefficient, so we need to be considering 3D printing. And what Lisa's thinking is, get the people's instinct. It's definitely a game that I'd like to tinker with, so I can have my face on Aladdin or Simba's. Shit. Well, that's this market sold. I pay 100 quid for a Charlie doll, but this is rather droll, because if your life is like that, it seems that you can now use Tide to buy crack. So perhaps we want our money to be made by a nice brand. And Nike says I can use my sweat. Well, I'm feeling kind of damp. Can I have a sandwich yet? But here's a way to take empathy to the next level. Treat your ladies nice, chaps, so they put a tug on your testicle. Now, if you're sick of saying, there's nowhere to park, or kicking off your day with, dude, where's my car? Then switch to the Zip. It's nifty for a spree. The Zips get a subscription, so the interface is free. A Zipter is a thing that I'm convinced I want to be. I'm a Zipter through and through. Yes, zipping is for me. That could be like your ad. Yeah. So we're sniffing out introverts sprinkled and interspersed. Bring them out singing verse like Eric Whittaker, virtual choir brigadier. Big up his underwear. But he says, don't be a self-judge. Just get bigger with each fail. Don't come unstuck by the tyranny of detail. Drink a bottle of rum to find the golden Brit. Use your first bad idea. Be bold like a kid. And if you need a clue, the Fibonacci sequence helps. Let's all be a part of something larger than ourselves. That will have them saying, great Scott, let's take stock. That's definitely not virtually about to melt my face off. Now, let me... Right, I'm clawing back because I'm falling back. Say this to your daughter. The rapper on stage nearly knocked over the water, but let me please crack ahead. But let me please crack ahead with Sir Peter Basil Jet. He loads the brochure, but he's no Burke. He knows the effing wind turbines don't work, and we all agree, but we're too shy to say it. The out-of-world industries, we're the most creative. We see things sideways and we speak to them with art and technology. That's STEAM, not STEM. And here's a chap who's saying, let's forsake shops, even though he likes to retail lot. Skinny jeans, jackets, maybe laced frocks. Just click the buy button, there's no grey fog, none of your days lost. Delivery returns are no great cost. He's the latest in the list of 2 impressive name drops. But I'm really glad you're here, because my shoes are from ASOS. No, really, they are. So much to write, so little time. Can I do it all? I might have 4 weddings, but this might be my funeral. But before you can be musical, you must release the fear. Well, I know what Richard means when he says writing is sheer hell. But I'm flowing with care. I might do like Hugh and get some notes from my hair guy. This is where I'm dropping the seeds of something that might grow big like comic relief. This sonnet ain't brief. He didn't want Grant, he said no. He doesn't know who invented the red nose, but let's go get one from Tesco. Was it Terry? No. Now this rap is fine. We got the rap banter, now the mad raps are like manufactural Blackadder. Now this rap is fine, but nothing's funny ever comes from a paradigm. You got to work this furnace, let your ideas rise up to the surface, get inspired by life, just like Richard Curtis. Now I'm a little nervous, but this has been a bit keen, so I'll sew it together with a stiff stitch seam, give money for 15, maybe get a tattoo. For all your big speak, I'd like to say thank you. Okay, thank you.